Guys, how we doing? Today I'm just going on here to give you some easy wins when it comes to um, the calories you burn per day, and even without you knowing how you can go about doing things, which will ultimately mean that you're burning more calories a day, or certainly ramping up your metabolic processes, even if you are kind of dropping weight at the same time. So when it comes to your energy expenditure, you've got kind of three modes of energy expenditure. You've got your resting metabolic rate. Now, your resting metabolic rate is how many calories you burn at rest, and that all goes off your weight, your gender, your height, your age, etc. So that gives you a number. So let's say, for argument's sake, it'll be 2,000 calories. Then you've got your active energy expenditure. So that's how many calories you burn per day when you are active. So let's say you do a weight session and you do on average 5,000 steps a day. So that'll be let's say up to 800 calories. And then you've got something called a thermic effect of food. Okay, so that's from the food you digest, basically the expenditure that is caused from the body in order for the body to digest, absorb, and process that food. So let's say, for example, that's 200 calories. So you've got a total calorie expenditure there of 3,000 calories just from those three things there. Now, when it comes to body composition, you've got to ask yourself the question, like, how can you go about increasing those three areas? Okay, and there's simple things you can do. Now, just so you know, guys, these are not going to be massive increases in how many calories you burn per day, but there's a lot of days in the year, and cumulative wise over a period of time, they can add up to make a real difference. Now, with regards to resting metabolic rate, it's based off your overall weight, but also what it is based off is how much muscle mass you have on your body. So meaning, the more muscle mass you have on your body, the harder your body has to work in order to maintain that muscle, in order to keep it. Okay, so it has to burn more calories in order to keep it. And the reason why that is the case is because muscle is a metabolically active tissue, okay, and fat isn't. So for example, you could have a 200-pound individual, okay, well, you could have two 200-pound individuals. Obviously one's a lot fatter than the other, and the person who's got more muscle and who's leaner is obviously going to burn more calories than the individual who's got more fat on their body but is the same weight as them, okay, because this person here is leaner and has more metabolically active tissue, meaning the body has to work harder in order to maintain that. And this boils down to the reason of why I always bark on about two things: protein intake and also weight training. These are why these two things are massively important. Now, you look at a form of exercise like cardio. Cardio doesn't put on muscle mass, okay? It may contribute, depending on the type and intensity and the mode, etc. It may contribute to a little bit of muscular hypertrophy, okay? But really, it doesn't put on muscle mass, okay? Whereas weight training does. So you can see how weight training, therefore, can have a dramatic direct and indirect effect on your daily calorie expenditure. Another thing as well with regards to protein as well is protein obviously helps the building, maintenance and regeneration of muscle mass. Okay, so that in itself is also going to help with you ramping up your resting metabolic rate, etc. But also, let's talk about thermic effect of food, and this is only a slight change, but increasing your protein intake day by day can have a massive dramatic effect on your thermic effect of food. In other words, it means you burn more calories. The more protein you consume, the more calories ultimately is required for the body to process, digest, and absorb that food into the body, so you burn more calories. So basically, in summary, guys, just doing cardio, um, people, there was a question last night, but I get asked questions all the time about, the difference between cardio, the difference between weight training. This for me is one of the main reasons why I do weight training over cardio. Cardio has very limited effect on your metabolism, because it doesn't promote basically active tissue, or the building of active tissue. If anything, you could argue that doing lots of cardio would slow down your metabolism, whereas weight training helps contribute towards your active muscle tissue, and helps build on it, and in other words, will help ramp up your metabolism and mean that you build and burn more calories long term. So in summary, weight training should be the mainstay of your weekly training program if you want to burn fat and build muscle. Okay, everyone should want to build muscle, whether you're a female, whether you're male, whether you're 20 years old, or whether you're 70 years old. You want to have it as a priority to build muscle. It doesn't mean looking hench and looking like a carpet carrier, because putting on muscle is very, very hard. Okay, so if you can get even the slightest gain in muscle, okay, you're on to a winner. And also, as well as doing the weight training, you need to be looking at consuming at least 40% of your daily food intake as a protein source. Now, it's very easy for me to say 40%. If it's 40% of nothing, then obviously that's not enough. Okay, but on average, you should be looking at consuming anything between 1.5 grams per kilogram of body weight of protein and 2.4 grams per kilogram of body weight of protein, in order for you to maintain, build, and also increase the thermic effect of food that you're taking on board. So that's just something from research that's been done recently regarding how you can have positive effects over your metabolism, and the modes that help do that, which are weight training and protein intake, which we're obviously barking on a lot about on this group. So if you want more information on that, I'll be glad to give you more on that. But have a good day, guys. I just thought I'd share that insight with you.